Hi there everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here with another episode of Magic Duels Origins. So we're back with the third gameplay episode for the Saktos deck. And then on Friday we'll be starting with a new deck. I'm not sure what to go with yet. I'm thinking maybe either revisiting one of the old decks where I didn't have all the cards unlocked, or going for something like Tap Dancer. So I'll let you guys decide. Do you want to see me go back and have a look at one of my old decks, or look at a new deck? It's up to you guys. I'll let you decide. But I think we're going to play Shadows of the Past next turn, and then we've potentially got the Fleshbag Marauder if we don't draw into anything else. See how it goes though. I'd love to draw into a Goblin Arsonist. That would be almost perfect. I could then really kind of tighten the screws on my opponent quite early on. Could also do with one of my sacrifice creatures, like a Bloodflow Connoisseur. Works pretty well as well actually. So I'll play you this turn instead, because that way I can then start Active Treasoning and Traitorous Instincting, all that fun stuff. I think there's even the potential for me to play Fleshbag Marauder and actually sacrifice it before, with the Bloodflow Connoisseur, before, what's what I'm looking for, actually having to sacrifice one of my own permanents. So I'm just going to skip blocking there. Wow, I took a lot of damage there. Where did I take that much damage from? I'm trying to think. Is that just because he got me earlier on? Maybe it's that. So I'm probably going to Traitorous Instinct, the 3/2. Yeah. I'm probably going to Traitorous Instinct you and then swing with it, and then sacrifice it for the Bloodflow Connoisseur. So I've got the Active Treason as well, so I've got one for the other creatures, so I can swing with the 5/2. Do I keep that open? Nah, not really. May as well swing with both, because I'm not going to block one of the 2/2s with it anyway, so I may as well swing with both. Deal some damage. And then just sacrifice it. There you go. Marvellous. There we go. Yeah, I can't remember if I can actually just sacrifice that before having to, with the Bloodflow Connoisseur, before having to sacrifice one of my own creatures. I'm not sure how that always works. I know you can definitely do it with... No, actually, I don't think that's going to work, because you can do it with Evo Leap when it's the only one coming down, but I don't think... Oh, wow, this is getting kind of terrifying very fast. So swinging with both of them, so I'm going to have to take 4 more damage this turn. So we can take one of these. I'm probably going to take the Knight of the White Orchard this turn. Ooh, we have Perilous Mirror as well. Even better. So what I can do is Perilous Mirror, Fleshbag Marauder, sacrifice the Perilous Mirror, and then actually get a 2-for-1 on him. So do I nab, say for example, the Knight of the White Orchard this turn and then sacrifice that, or do I do the Perilous Mirror, Fleshbag Marauder this turn? No, I think I might do Shadows of the Past, Active Treason this turn, just because I can get this Scry mechanic going a bit quicker then. I can afford to take a bit more damage, so let's take you. Swing with the Knight of the White Orchard, see if he blocks. I doubt he will somehow. Sacrifice it, and then I've got a blocker as well, so... She's good. And then we're just going to sacrifice you. And we'll have that on top, please, because that's pretty sweet. We can actually then get rid of all of his creatures next turn, potentially. Which is just awesome, and leave us with a big fat Bloodflow Connoisseur sitting down on the battlefield. And also a Fleshbag Marauder, of course. And he's playing Divine Favour on that one. Okay, so that gets 5/6 and lifelink. That's not particularly fun. Could do some way of getting rid of you. So he's going to swing with any of these? I doubt he will. Well, he could swing with, yeah, with those ones. Probably going to take out one of the lifelinkers this turn. There we go. Very nice. And then we get to Scry. Doesn't really matter this turn. We'll put it on top still because we want the Goblin Arsonist. So I think this turn it's going to be Perilous Mirror. Or do I go... No, I can't... I could do Perilous Mere Goblin Arsonist and then save them as blockers maybe, and then play Fleshbag Marauder when he's only got that one left on the battlefield. That could work as well. So let's drop you and drop you. So do I save these or use them as a chump blocker? I think I'm going to use them as a chump blocker against the 5/6 and then potentially get rid of the other one with the goblin. So what I'm probably going to do is, if we skip attack, see how this goes. So I'm wondering what he's got there. Please load up another enchantment on Heliod's Pilgrim. Isn't... Oh no, that really sucks because he can look for an enchantment, and so he's gonna find a Nimbus Wings. Oh no, this is gonna really suck now. Should have done the Fleshbag Marauder last turn then, in hindsight. Oh no, he's loading up on that one. I've somehow got to get rid of another creature. I'm hoping he just swings with everything here. No, of course he's not. Oh, and he's got 6/8, so I'm completely screwed here because he can now do enough damage to kill me. So, in hindsight, should have Fleshbag Marauder. Well, I don't think this would have helped actually because, yeah, this was never going to work. This was never going to help because he was able to then give that flying. So if he didn't have the Nimbus Wings, I would have been fine. Because he gave it Nimbus Wings, I was screwed. So I'm just going to concede and we'll go through to game number 2. Okay guys, here we are for game number 2. So we're playing Frigator, who is I'll check in a second. Gotta keep that hand, I think. It's not too bad. Start off with the Rakdos Guildgate. 25. So I'm thinking maybe red-white or mono-white. Just I like to kind of get in the mindsets of people and they're making their deck boxes. White-black it could also be as well. So we've got the 4 mana that we need to start off with, and all we really want to draw into now is something like either my Bloodflow Connoisseur would be perfect now, as we've got the Enthralling Victor, the Act of Treason, and the Traitorous Instinct. Something else like the fire. Which one's the? It's like the. It's the cat as well, isn't it? As well, yeah. That's what I'm looking for. Would also be quite good. Do have the Perilous Mere, so we can potentially get a 2-for-1 with the Bone Splinters, which is always nice. But yeah, Bloodflow Connoisseur within the next turn or two, or something else which I can basically then sack off my opponent's creature. Is much welcome right now. Okay, so he's playing Nantuko Husk. Interesting. So I don't really want to swing with the Perilous Mere, as that would be a bit of a waste. Goblin Arsonist is okay. So I'll probably just skip blocking and play the Goblin Arsonist. Yeah, I don't really want to play any of these for no reason. So I can say, for example, if he plays another creature, I can Act of Treason it and Bone Splinters it on the same turn at the moment, which is always nice. So depending on what he plays now, I might just do that. Yeah, her face really reminds me of somebody, and I can't quite say who it is off the top of my head. That's interesting. We've got Perilous Mere, so... Okay, so we swung with the Nantuko Husk, so I will just skip blocking. Yeah, that's a troublesome one, so he's going to sacrifice that, so I'm going to lose one of these two. So that goes to a 4/4. We'll just do it to his face because there's no point doing it to my to the Nantuko Husk. So I take 4 damage, so I go down to 16. That's fine by me. So we're going to get another mana. It's not the greatest. Okay, so I mean I could just destroy that, but there's not really much point. I'd like to synergize it up with one of my other cards with the Bone Splinters if possible. I'd also like just a Bloodflow Connoisseur would also be great, but I haven't drawn one yet. I think this is why people put the Nantuko Husk in as well, just because it gives you even more cards which you can then sacrifice your opponent's cards with. Okay, so he's not put a creature pre-combat. So this is good for me, because if he plays another one post-combat, which he did, which basically means now I can actually untap I can Active Treason the Shambling Ghoul, then Bone Splinters it to destroy the Nantuku Husk. Although we have just found the Blazing Hellhound, which is pretty sweet actually. So I can actually save these ones for later on. And what I can do now is Bone Splinters. So choose a creature to destroy you, choose a creature to sacrifice you. Although he might just sacrifice that himself, which he's going to do. Which I should have just done it to his face after thinking about that. I completely didn't think that obviously the Nantuku Husk does that. I wasn't thinking in the slightest, but it's fine. That's a complete misplay on my part, as I just remembered that Nantuku Husk doesn't have a mana requirement to sacrifice, unlike, say for example, my Blazing Hellhound. So what's he going to play? Frostlinks, that's fine by me. So he's going to tap down the Blazing Hellhound. So he's then going to swing with the 2/2. Okay, so I take 2 damage to the face, although now I can Enthralling Victor you. And then sacrifice... I could even sacrifice it with himself, but I will definitely do it with the Blazing Hellhound, just because I can then dish out a point of damage as well. Very nice, extra mana. So we shall Enthralling Victor... the Nantuku Husk? Yeah, let's get the Nantuku Husk. Is he just going to sacrifice it? No, why would you do that? Oh, yes, because that pumps up. That's fine. At least I got him to sacrifice his own creature, which works for me. Hey, if I can get my opponent to sacrifice their own creatures, I will quite happily do that. So Active Treason would have been better there in that situation, and again, I wasn't thinking there. I forget that thing gets pumped up, but and this only can gain control of a target creature with 2 or less mana, so he is obviously going for the 3/2 this time. Interesting. So just wondering what he's going to swing with here. The 2/2, okay. So we're still fine here. I think we're still fine. Okay, let's play the Dragon Skull Summit. Now, do I grab, say for example, Traitorous Instinct? Or do I use Active Treason on the Nantuku Husk? Let's use Active Treason. So now it's on my side, which is what I want to see. See what he does here. Is he going to block? Nope, he's not going to block. Okay, so we push through 6 damage there. And then we sacrifice another creature. So do a point damage to you and sacrifice his Nantuku Husk. Take him down to 11. Okay, so how much have we got on the board? We've got 7 on the board, plus 11 from the Frostlink. So potentially, if he swings with this and plays another creature. Okay, so he's played the... So he's obviously going to sacrifice one of those creatures, so I'm just going to sacrifice the Enthralling Victor, which is fine by me. So he's going to swing with the Frostlinks, of course. Which is again fine. Yeah, a couple of misplays from me in this particular game. I apologise for that. Okay, he's played a Shambling Ghoul as well. Oh god, mana flooding. Of course we're mana flooding. So, do I Traitorous Instinct one of these? I think I do, just to get rid of it. So which one do I Traitorous Instinct? I'm thinking the 2/3. Just in case you draw something like a Perilous Mirror in future. So he pushed through 9 damage this turn. Which is quite nice. So then we can sacrifice another creature. So deal 1 point damage to you. Sacrifice the Shambling Ghoul. It gets down to 2. So if I were to top deck something like either... So I either want to top deck a Perilous Mirror or a Goblin Arsonist for the win. Oh, and he's got another Fleshback Marauder. Of course he has. And he's probably going to keep the Fleshback. Nope, he's gone for the Frostlinks. Interesting. So I basically need... So I want one of my steel spells now. Would be better. Or if, if earlier on if I'd actually, directed that 2 damage at my... Oh, that would do. Whew, we got bailed out by the top deck there, which is nice. There we go. So we'll just swing for the lethal. For the lethal. Not lethal, just for the lethal. Okay, I'll go for a third and final game. I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so here we are for the third game of the episode and the final game of the Sakdos deck. So I'm going to keep this hand, mostly because we've got the Priest of the Bloodright and the Bone Splinters, so you know this could be kind of hilarious. I've had this one in since the last episode, just because somebody's recommended it, and it is pretty fantastic for a Sakdos deck. So you drop it on turn 5, you then get a big beefy demon, and then you just sacrifice the priest itself, so you don't keep punching yourself in the face with something like a Bloodflow Connoisseur or a Blazing Hellhound, something like that, just so it's off the field. And then you also get to keep your demon, which is also nice. So we've got the Bone Splinters for dealing with the for the priest at the moment. So he's played nothing. So we've got nothing to play this turn, unfortunately, as we've got all the mana we need for the Priest of the Bloodright, but not really much else. Now he's played green so far, so I'm just wondering what kind of deck he's playing. We're thinking Elves or Golgari Control. This is looking more like he's playing the Gatecreeper Vine. I'm always swinging towards Golgari Control for the deck he's playing. Okay, rank 25, Cosinus. I'm actually doing pretty well at the moment. I've actually managed to break my bogey rank of 22. I've not seemed to be able to get above it recently, so I feel quite good about that. Also got a Trader's Instinct, which is nice. We'll just skip the attack there. We don't really want to do anything for the next couple of turns, so we want to try and get... Okay, we've got blue, black, green, so Sultai Mill? No, nothing. Drop the Dragon Skull Summit. We're just going to keep passing turns here. So I'm wondering if he's trying to like play down a Sphinx's tutelage, maybe? I'm guessing I might see that this turn. I'm assuming we might be seeing some Turbo Fog, so he's got the Acid Moss. Oh, that's really disappointing. I don't really care about that, but it's just the fact that I'm now a turn behind for the Priest of the Bloodright, so interesting. I've never seen that in this kind of deck before, which is bizarre, to say the least, so again, we're just going to keep skipping attack, as we won't do anything anyway because of the Gatecreeper Vine preventing us from swinging. So I just need to get to that fight. I would have been able to play the Priest of the Bloodright that turn, except the fact that he then got rid of one of my mana, so that's kind of annoying. So, to you, mate. And he's played another Gatecreeper Vine, so he's playing a lot of ramp here. So I'm guessing, I'm wondering if this is like some kind of like blue, green, black ramp deck, maybe? Question mark? I have no idea. He's just found a gate, which he's played. But he's still not played any creatures yet, which is both confusing and disturbing. Ooh, very nice. We've actually managed to find the Bloodflow Connoisseur, so I'm probably going to play that this turn. Just so we got a better way of getting rid of the priest from the Priest of the Bloodright, so I'm just going to skip attack. So I can play that next turn and then swing with my Bloodflow Connoisseur as a 2/2 as well, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so he's played a Perilous Mere, which I can Trader's Instinct and make use of. Thank you very much for that. And he's played an Erebos' Titan, so I'm thinking actually Bone Splinters just to get rid of you. So we play our own big creature. Watch this. So we play Priest of the Bloodright. Make sure we leave a black open. We summon our demon. And then we go goodbye to you, and we destroy our 2/2 priest, which we don't want. Excellent, look at that. That's a really elegant way of dealing with that situation. Yeah, if it wasn't for the Erebos' Titan, I would have just Bloodflow Connoisseur the priest, so the actual priest itself. But the opportunity to Bone Splinters the Erebos' Titan was too good to pass up. So now we've got a nice... Got ourselves a nice big beefy 5/5 flying demon, which you can see why this card was included. I think I've only got one copy, so what have we got here then? So he's Hunger. Destroy target creature. If there are 2 or more instant or sorcery cards in your graveyard, you gain 2 life. So I'm just going to sacrifice it then if I have to. So that's a shame, but that's not the end of the world. So yeah, this is definitely Golgari Control. So I'm probably going to Traitorous Instinct the Perilous Mere this turn. Swing with the 2/2 and the 3/1 Perilous Mere, and then sacrifice the Perilous Mere using the Bloodflow Connoisseur. We've even got a second Blood Flow Connoisseur as backup. So I'll keep you in my hand. So let's do what we were going to do. So we're going to grab the Perilous Mere. Swing with these two. See if he blocks. So we'll be able to get rid of one of these this turn. He is going to block that one and that one. Okay, so we can even do the 2 damage directly to his face as well, which makes me extremely happy. So then we go pop you. And we get to deal out the 2 damage as well because we controlled it at the time. So we get ourselves a nice 3/3 Blood Flow Connoisseur and board control, which is always nice. So it's a shame that our demon didn't get to hang around, but it's not the end of the world, so he's languishing. So that's really frustrating as I can't actually save my Blood Flow Connoisseur. So what I might do is... That's really frustrating. I should have played this one. I could have actually saved it then, but that's fine. I get to use my Goblin Arsonist power anyway, so yeah, we'll do an extra point of damage. This could be a tight match. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to win this here. Depends what else I get. Ooh, we've got Perilous Mere and we've got Blood Flow Connoisseur to play, so it's good for me. So I'll play you out. He's already played a Languish, so he's only got one of them left, and I'm hoping the other one is right at the bottom of his library. Like number 1 or 2 from the bottom would be fantastic. So yeah, if I played that one sooner, if I'd actually played it there, I would have actually been able to save my Blood Flow Connoisseur, my big one. But unfortunately, you're joking. Seriously? Both languages in hand? Well, blow me down with a feather. I think that might have to be a concede, because I don't think I'm coming back from this somehow. Unless I top deck my, what's it called? My big dog thing. I've got an Act of Treason, so might not be the end of the world. But yeah, I don't believe that. He had both languages in hand. Well, that's what I get for being greedy and playing out my Blood Flow Connoisseur that turn. Okay, so he's played Possessed Scab as well, so yeah. So he's going to get back a Languish, of course. Of course he is. Why wouldn't he get back a Languish? Okay, so it looks like I've been out-controlled here, which is disappointing. Oh god, Rakdos Guildgate, that's all I get, isn't it? Yeah, we got screwed over by a control deck, basically. So very few creatures and just lots and lots of spells, which is kind of frustrating. I still don't know if he's playing... I'm assuming he might be playing Mill, just because he's got like the Possessed Scab, he's got the Languishes. The only thing that like makes me think more control is the Erebos' Titan. I'm going to see if I can win this. I don't think I can, but we'll see how it goes. Depends what I top deck here, basically. If it's a land, I'm pretty much ready to give up, but... Rogue's Passage. Of course we get a Rogue's Passage, so... do I want to do anything with this? So... Could I, like, play Act of Treason, then just push through loads of damage? I don't know. I'm just trying to look at this. So how many instant sorcery spells have I got? Bone Splinters and Traitorous Instinct, so not really. Can't really push for enough damage, so this is... I feel like I'm fighting a losing battle here, so I might just concede and then just round off the episode. So I will leave it here for now then. Okay guys, so yeah, that's the end of the Sakdos deck. So again, let me know if you want to see either a new deck or a kind of a look back at one of my old decks. So something like Thopters, Elves. Let me have a quick look at my decks. So if you go battle mode, decks. So what could I revisit? So I would like to revisit either Thopters, Elves, my Renowned deck, or maybe even Flyers. So if you want to see a rehash, I'm tempted to either go for Elves or Thopters. If not, then I already have a Tap Dancer deck waiting in the wings to show off as a new deck. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. But apart from that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.